Good afternoon, good evening, Harlem and Harlems of the world. I'm Terri Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News. And as many of you know, Harlem Network News, we started at the onset of COVID, and we are still here. We consider ourselves an essential service. Our mission is to really assure that Harlem is informed, engaged, and called to action. And that is very, very, very critical at such a time as this. There's kind of a knee in the neck of Black media. So it's really important that we get out our messages and we assure that the community and the world is informed. It really makes a difference. At this time, is media the message, or the message media could not ring more true than now. We do want to start with just paying our respects and paying our homage to our new ancestor, and that is in the person of Malcolm Jamal Warner. He touched the lives of all of us on The Cosby Show. Theo, we all grew up with that or grew into it. And, he's still here with us in spirit, all of his energy. So rest in peace. Rest in power. We're sending lots of love and light to his incredible family. His mother has an amazing documentary out on just modeling and his life. His father went to Lincoln University. When Gil Scott-Heron was there, I was there at that same time. So we know that he comes from the culture. So just want to know that he'll forever be in our hearts and in our minds. Today we have a very, very, very special guest with us, and that is in the person of Michael Preston. And he is going to talk to us about something really exciting. It's something that I've been hearing about for a while, and now it's coming to fruition. And that is the Harlem Rocket Tour boat. I believe it launches off the dock of 125th. I mean, this is history, but I'm gonna let Michael Preston introduce himself and just let us know who he is and whose he is and what his connection to Harlem is. And then we can break it down and talk about the Harlem Rocket. So welcome to Harlem Network News, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Terri, for having me. Very, 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 wow. That's more than one. That was really nice. Thank you again for having me and the Harlem Rocket on the Harlem Network News. And to start where you started with Malcolm Jamal Warner, years ago, I had a great opportunity to do audience development with him when he was on Here and Now at Astoria Studios. So a lot of the youth and community in Harlem got to go and sit in the audience because I was working with Astoria Studios to bring in audiences. So each week we would have anywhere from 50 to 150 people, sitting in that audience. So that was my experience with him over those years. What a wonderful young brother. And the work that he did and produced, his music, his poetry. Definitely on point. So just, someone who's going to be truly missed. But we were honored to have him during the time frame that we've been able to have him. So
thank you for sharing.
Definitely.
It's very, very significant. And that's one of the things I love about interviewing people, because I always learn something or something is brought to the table. So that's a powerful thing that you were able to have that connection. But we know it's 7 degrees of separation in a full circle.
7? I don't know if it's 7.
It's 1.
Yes,
It's 1
yes, definitely. So just growing up in Harlem, it's you know, a lot of times I tell people I'm from Harlem, right? But I could actually say I'm from California because that's where I was born. You
Okay.
know, my father being a serviceman, he half his children were born in California, the other half in New York. I was the younger half, so I was myself and a brother and sister were born in Sacramento, California.
Okay.
But then we
Yes.
moved to New York early on. I was like 3 years old,
Mhm.
and so I lived in Central Harlem at 115th Street. You know, I recently was with Richard Cox, who does the skyscraper cycle classics.
Mm.
And, you know, he was introducing me and he says, I was one of the winners of the very first skyscrapers. He's like, okay, it's 50 plus years old. And I wasn't the winner. My brother
Okay.
was, but I got the spoils
All
because
in the family.
it was a 10-speed bike. And that's how I
Okay.
got my first bike because my
Okay.
brother won the
Nice.
race, you know.
Nice.
So, but
Beautiful.
it's interesting living and growing up in Harlem and the experiences that you have that at this point in your life, you know, come full circle and the connections are made. So, just like growing up and being connected to Skyscraper Classic, same thing happened with Harlem Week and the many years that I've been involved there. So I'm Harlem grown.
Okay, I love it. And Harlem Grown is a good thing. It's a good
Yes.
thing. For those of you who have just joined, I'm Terri Wisdom. This is Harlem Network News. And I'm here with the Honorable Michael Preston. And
Oh,
he just gave us a little background, his Harlem background. He's being very humble. He's been connected with Harlem Week for a very long time. And as we know, Harlem Week is coming up, and Harlem Week is really Harlem Month. So everybody get ready. But Michael is going to talk to us about something very significant, and that is the Harlem Rocket Tour boat. So if you could explain a little bit about what that is and what your connection to that is and how this all came
sure.
about. Thank you.
Sure. Well, I can tell you how it all came about is my business partner, Gary Johnson, and I started a different maritime entity, which was going to originate in the Caribbean. And in 2019, we pivoted and focused on this tour boat in New York. You know what they say, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. So this tour boat is the first Black-owned maritime tour in all of New York.
Wow.
So we are, yes, making history in that we're the first owned maritime tour. And it's going to be on the Hudson River, launching from 125th Street, yeah, right there on the west side, um, this August. So in the next
Okay.
few days,
All right.
we're real close to August. So within the next 10 days, we will be launching this tour. The tour will go from 125th Street north to the northern tip of Manhattan, which some people don't seem to understand it exists. It is just
Okay.
before you get to the Bronx and Riverdale and Spike and Divel Creek, Spike and Divel Canal, and then the tour will come back. So that operates 7 times a day. And then there's an eighth tour that'll go down to the Statue of Liberty. We call that our sunset tour. A little
Okay.
jazz, a little music, more relaxed, see New York skyline, get great photos from the sunset. So the the first 7 tours are a cultural tour going north. So you'll learn the history and culture of people of color on the Hudson, in Harlem communities, and the last tour, the eighth tour, will go down to the Statue of Liberty our sunset tour.
Okay, well, that really sounds very, very innovative. I mean, there's so much history here in Harlem. There's so much culture in Harlem. And truly, we are the Mecca, we are the Renaissance. As James Baldwin said, hey, so goes Harlem, so goes the world. So I think it's
Absolutely.
very, very, very innovative that you've taken that to the water. And Manhattan is
Sure.
an island. And I know, we've really just started to build up our waterways in the past 10 years, doing a lot of different things. So it's very befitting that that's going to happen uptown, and it's going to really rise up Harlem, because Harlem really is second to in tourism. There's Times Square, and then there's Harlem. And
Absolutely.
if you say Harlem around the world, everybody knows where you're talking.
Correct. It's the most
About.
renowned neighborhood in the world.
Yeah, so it's extremely powerful. But you kind of touched on like the why and the partnership and the two of you coming together. But what has this journey been? Like from when it was a thought and then you all started talking about it? Like how long has the journey been? What are some of the pieces that had to put this puzzle together? So,
So um, I'll start from the 2019 aspect
okay,
when we pivoted from our initial maritime tourism product in the Caribbean. In the We started focusing on developing this tour so that people of color, Harlem, and the Harlem residents could see, just the amount of history and participation that we have. This tour will give you not only sites, but individuals. It'll talk about the Count Basies and the Duke Ellingtons and the Lena Hornes, because while they may not have all been on the water, they may have been at the Cotton Club right next to the water. They may have been, you could talk about Martin Luther King at Riverside Church, you know, giving his speech there, or Lena Horne. So there's a lot of history and culture that can be identified as you enjoy the waterfront. But when we talk about the journey, we've had the investors, and all our investors look like us. So that's been part of the journey. We've had a learning curve, you know, being the first to operate on the waterfront. You engage with many others,
okay,
some friends and some frenemies.
okay,
But you know what? He and I have continued to persevere. We've had the support of our local politicians. We've had the support of many nonprofit and for-profit organizations. We've had the support of the chamber. So while we've done this, um, we've also started pulling people in that could support us. Part of the reason why, and I'm sure you'll wonder why, we've named the vessel the Hazel and Dukes, is because of the support that she has given us. When
okay,
we explained to her what we wanted to do, and how it would bring economics to the community. It would be an economic generator within the community, whether it's because of hiring or bringing the community and tourists and others to the waterfront and through Harlem. You these are the reasons why she supported us, as well as what I would say, as you heard in the intro, a kid can't be what a kid can't see.
right. Very,
Yeah,
very important.
that
Very,
is
very significant.
our awareness campaign that we will bring to youth so that they can see and understand the various opportunities, or the multitude of opportunities in the maritime industry. And it's not just joining the Navy or the Marines or
Mm.
being in the Coast Guard. There are, I mean, when you think of cruise ships, that's the largest hospitality group in the world.
Yeah,
So
absolutely,
there
absolutely.
are a ton of businesses, opportunities, professions, careers that
Mhm.
young people can have by
Right.
understanding the maritime industry.
Absolutely. And I'm going to just kind of pause because I want to make sure you said that you named, and we're going to look at the boat a little bit, but you said that you named the boat Hazel and Dukes or Hazel Dukes. My Dukes
Hazel
is
and Dukes.
Hazel and Dukes, my Dukes,
Yes.
as we called her. But if you could just share, because one of the things that we do here at Harlem Network News, as I said, we inform, we engage, and we call the community to action. So I never want to speak about something and make an assumption. So if you could just share with our audience, who is Hazel N. Dukes? And I say is, she's an ancestor, but I know she's watching us carefully and directing from above and all of that.
Yes.
So thank you.
Yes.
All right.
Hazel and Dukes is a civil rights leader, a community activist, and activist overall for human rights, for education, and for equal justice, right? And as one of the leaders in the NAACP, she crafted, molded, and mentored many people in that same direction. My business partner, Gary Johnson, worked closely with her as state economic chair for the NAACP. And so when her name came up between us, it was
Mm,
a no-brainer. We
right.
we instantly said that makes great sense. I've
Mm,
known her for I don't know, close to 40 years
wow.
working with Harlem Week, also being a part of NAACP. So she's been a mentor and an inspiration to me as well.
Yes, yes, just an amazing person. We obviously here in Harlem, we have lost a lot of giants, Hazel and Dukes, our Congressman Charles B. Rango, and just many, many giants. When Donald Eaton, year before, from the NAACP. But I think it's great that we keep their memory alive, and we also continue to do the work. So
Certainly.
that's an honor, and I was honored to serve on Community Board 10 with Mother Dukes. She was chair, I believe, of the Health Committee, and then also to work with her on the Win with Black Women and the Kamala Harris campaign. So very, 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 very powerful. But before we go a little too far, if you want to share just a little bit about how you dealt on it a little bit, but how is the Harlem Rocket, going to impact the community economically, culturally? You spoke a little bit about careers, and then we're going to take a look at that 30-second clip so people can kind of
Sure,
see what we're talking about.
sure. That's a great
Thank,
question.
thank you.
Um, so the Harlem Rocket is going to attract upwards to 100,000 people to the waterfront in a full season.
Hmm.
Right. So that number of people will definitely be looking to do not just ride the Harlem Rocket, but do other things. But even before that, we engaged in a hiring process that where we received over 500 resumes,
Beautiful.
500. And then we had um, 4 sessions where we personally met over 300 people
That's a
and
great.
then did another 115 or so Zooms to whittle that down or to get down to a solid 30, 35 employees.
Wow. Wow.
That's economic generation right there.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know, our partnering, the relationship we talked about that I have in the community through Harlem Week with many restaurants and entities, we're going to partner with them so that if someone rides the rocket, they can go to one of the restaurants
Mm.
and get a discount. Or if they're at one of the restaurants, vice versa, come and get a discount with us. But that's
Okay.
pushing and pulling, economics in the community. But what happens? Our first customer is our community, right? This is who we are doing it for. And then the surrounding companies. And then our third customer is really that national or international customer that comes through,
Mhm.
tourism in New York. New York has
Yes.
over 60, 65 million tourists. New York, Harlem being the second largest community that they go
Right.
into. Well, where are they spending their money? And
Right.
how
And
long are they
thank you. Thank you
spending
for
it?
saying that.
Yes. How long are they staying?
Mm.
So we look to bring them in and direct them into our community and throughout the community. This way, that's the economic generating that we believe we can do.
Okay. Well, thank you for that. So, I mean, this is a dream. This is bringing new energy. It's
Yes.
following. I'm Terri Wisdom. This is Harlem Network News. I'm here with Michael Preston of the Harlem Rocket, which is a new tour boat that come August is going to be riding up the Hudson and down the Hudson and doing some cultural activities, like a cultural tour about
Mhm.
Harlem and the Black
That's nice.
history and so on and so forth. And then I believe when you go down the Hudson in the evening, you're going to be doing, some kinds of music or, entertainment energy. So that's very exciting. And then we were just talking about the economic plus, and then the exposure to different things. I mean, this whole New York waterfront thing is new. They're having like plays on the floating island and all kinds of things. So it's very befitting that we really become a part of that opportunity and we become leaders. So thank you and your partner for leading in this way. So I'm going to share a little bit of the clip and we're going to make that happen. And we're excited for
Right.
everyone
Then we'll talk
to
about the
actually,
social media.
yes,
Yes.
yes. So let me just get our thing set and we're going to be ready to go. This is great. There's always a moment, but we're going to get to the social
Always.
media.
Yes. And how you can buy tickets and
Oh
support.
yeah,
This is going to be the,
all
the real, real,
those,
real fun part.
all those good things.
Absolutely.
We think this is an opportunity for everybody to have a good time, have fun, to build New York. At the Harlem Rocket, we believe a kid can't be what a kid can't see. People don't assume that New York has something like this on its waterfront. I want to share the experience with kids who've never had the opportunity before. This is a game changer. That's what we bring to the community.
Okay, so there you have it. And let's come out of our share. It's always that. Let's see. Thank you. We're gonna stop this share. Oh, wait. I think actually your next video is gonna come up, so we'll go with that. Yeah, it's got a little drumming. Let's get the sound. Okay. So there you have it. You have seen two things on the Harlem Rocket. It looks really exciting. And it's taking people into another dimension, which I think is really exciting and it's really innovative. So you were going to share a little bit about social media and some of the other things. I'm here with
Oh, always, always.
Preston. Thank
I think the running refrain that everybody says is follow us on Instagram at Harlem Rocket, Facebook, and TikTok. So that's you can't even say that enough, right? He's like, here's the QR code, follow us on Instagram, Facebook and TikTok, and that is the type of social media that's out there. You'll see, the young people that we've hired, they're doing TikTok reels, and
Of course.
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun having that energy. Gary and I have worked, on this since 2019 and building it. And it's really great to see the energy in which they've come with to understanding what it is that we're doing, the history that it is, the history that they're making by being, the first brand ambassadors and linesmen and, peer supervisors, even, our crew. I mean, this staff is representative of New York, while most of our employees are in Harlem and Bronx, from Harlem and the Bronx, but there are others from, Brooklyn and Queens.
Right. And when
So,
we say for us, and this is Harlem Network News, when I say Harlem, that's a quote because I say Harlem and the Harlems of the world.
oh,
Oakland,
absolutely.
Oakland is a Harlem. Atlanta is
Right.
a Harlem. It's where we are and it's where that spirit is. And a lot of us are dealing with similar issues and circumstances that we are overcoming. Okay. We, in some instances, are making a way out of no way. So
Certainly.
we need,
It's funny you say the Harlems and the Harlem of the
yes.
world, because this is just the first iteration of what we're doing, Harlem. And then we're looking at New Orleans,
Okay.
Oakland, and Detroit. So
Mhm.
there are other, communities with demographics, much like Harlem, that have waterfronts, that we are going to make this a national brand. You can look at it like the next BET,
Okay.
a nice national Black-owned brand that goes across the country,
Mhm.
but in maritime.
Okay.
So
Well,
we're excited about this.
yes.
Go onto our website, purchase tickets,
Okay. What's the
harlemrocket.com.
website? Let us know what the website is. You can repeat it a couple of times so people can.
Yes,
Mhm.
harlemrocket.com. You can go there, purchase tickets. You can call our office, 917-819-6929. That's 917-819-6929. For group or charters, but everything can be done at the website. If you have any questions, again, that you don't see in the FAQ, then you can give us a call. You can email us also at info@harlemrocket.com. So there's multiple ways in which you can get in touch with us, and we will get back to you.
Okay. Yes, that's very, very important. They will get back to you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate it. And like I said, at Harlem Network News, we're very excited. We interact a lot with the community, and Michael Preston and I have interacted on a variety of things here in Harlem, from Harlem Week to community board things, or just being at different events. And I remember from that 2019, and that's like pre the COVID pandemic, I remember you talking about the project, and I
Yes.
remember you talking about the project again. So for me, being a media mogul and entrepreneur, building Harlem Network News brick by brick, to see another community member's project come into fruition. It's very, very, very exciting because we all know how hard it can be to build. So,
Certainly.
it's like birthing the baby, after 9 months. So I just think that it's incredible. I think it's amazing. I think we've pretty well covered like folks knowing how they can get their ticket. They've actually seen the boat. They know how to get in touch with you. And we're expecting in early August for you actually to be on that inaugural boat. I know Harlem Network News is hoping to be on it. We're going to be a part and, just to do what we can, because I think how we win is that we all work together and we work collectively. So how can the community, how can folks support you? What do you need? What do you need us to do to
So our
continue?
street team, our brand ambassadors are going out. You can see them at various entities. You'll see them at Summer Stage. You'll see them at Jazzmobile, Shakespeare in the Park. We're
Mm,
going throughout the community. You may, if you're downtown, you may even see them in Times Square. Red shirts
exciting.
like this, I just happen to have on a red shirt today, but
Okay.
it says Harlem Rocket.
All
Hats like
right.
this that
Okay.
say Harlem Rocket.
Okay.
And
So we got merch. We got Harlem Rocket
yes, yes.
merch.
And then there'll also be um, you know, their cards, introducing tickets on sale now.
Okay.
You could go to harlemrocket.com again
Mm,
and go right to booking tickets. You
okay.
know, follow us on Instagram. I don't know if you can say that enough nowadays.
Mhm. Okay.
Facebook and TikTok. Um, and so we will also, as you raise the issue and the thought of Harlem Week and Harlem Week starting on August 1st, I've been a part of Harlem Week for many years.
Mm,
And with the support that they're giving us, we will be a part of each and every one of their events, whether it's a
okay.
brand ambassador or
Mm,
just our flyers are out. So I would say look for the red and yellow.
okay.
It's out there. There'll be those are our colors, red and yellow, and you'll see Harlem Rocket, staff out, um,
Mm,
providing you with flyers for with QR codes, so you can go right to the site to purchase,
okay.
or go
Excellent.
and follow us on Instagram.
Oh,
Just again about the tours, um, as we ramp up, the schedule should eventually be 6 days a week,
mhm,
7 tours going north starting at 11 a.m.
mm,
That's the cultural tour where you'll hear about people and sites along the Hudson from 125th Street up to Spike and Divel Canal and back.
okay.
So you'll enjoy the cool air, the breeze, as my partner likes to say, because I don't have any hair, the breeze in your hair. Um, you can enjoy it. But and then
Right.
the Eve tour, the Sunset tour, it
Mm,
just sounds so great when you say the Sunset tour. It's gonna be relaxing. There will be, entertainment. There will be music. You'll have the sights of the New York skyline, the sights of the sunset with the backdrop of the Statue of Liberty, the reflection off the New York buildings. It's going to be
right.
just a
Yeah.
picturesque, sight.
Wonderful. Because it's kind of an outdoor experience. It looks like the boat is open. There's a little canopy, but this is a
It's an
full
absolutely outdoor
boating
experience.
experience. This is a full
Yes.
boating experience. And, I always lean as well to the education because some of our young people, some of our elders, and just some of our middle-aged people may have never even been on a boat ride. you know, so
Absolutely.
that's a powerful thing.
Well,
Well,
make us your first.
okay,
We'll
all
say, let the Harlem Rocket,
right. Yeah,
yes,
let the
tour
Harlem
be
Rocket
your,
rock.
yeah, yes.
Yeah,
You,
so
we
thank
like to say you haven't seen New York until you rode the rocket.
you. Okay, I love it. It's very exciting, and
Yes,
we support you. We salute you. Let's keep going because this is what we have to do. We have to support one another. And I'm Terry Wisdom. This is Harlem Network News.
thank you so very much, Terry Wisdom, for
We
having me,
news.
having us, and
You're
supporting us this
welcome.
way.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can reach out to us. We're actually relaunching our website, harlemnetworknews.com. You can reach out to us at harlemnetworknews@gmail.com. And of course, we're on all social medias. He said it's a TikTok, it's an Instagram, it's a Facebook,
Yes,
YouTube. We are there. We're present and accounted for. And you can also call us directly at 646-261-5397. And we do accept donations on Zelle and, you know, whatever the medium you have, we accept it. So it's fine. And we also do have a nonprofit arm. So we can do some things of that nature as well. So we're very grateful, and we're still here, and we matter, and Black media matters. And this is a very exciting time as we come to Harlem Week. And if you have stories or news and information, breaking news, and it's not being covered, or even if it is, whatever your slant is, please feel free to reach out to us because that's why we're here. So thank you very much. Have a great day, everybody.
thank
And
you.
ride that Harlem Rocket.
And ride the Harlem Rocket. Yes.
Okay.
Follow us
Thank
on
you.
Instagram.
Yes, thank you so much, Michael. It's been an honor and a pleasure, and I'm very proud of you all. So, forward whatever, backward never.
Yes.
Okay, take care.
Okay. Thanks, Terry.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye bye.